With us, legal analyst Adanté Pointer. Adanté, this DNA analysis is important. Video deposition, not the best route, I think, for the prosecution. What do you think for such critical evidence? I mean, you can't help when a witness is unavailable.
Right. I mean, you have to work with what you have to work with. However, clearly your preference is to have a live person in the courtroom who can actually present to the jury, look jurors in their eyes. Personality comes off a lot better and keep them engaged in the information because, frankly, DNA evidence is pretty dry. Cross-examination will usually be a lot more punchy and engaging because he's going to be trying to undermine what this DNA expert said. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes across by way of the video testimony. Is he really presenting his case by way of a video deposition in such a way to where a jury can take on the information and understand that there's perhaps some holes or some flaws in the methodology of the DNA expert? That's what a defense attorney is going to do on cross-exam.
I want to back it up to the detective testimony that we heard earlier in the day. And Adanté, I know you're a civil rights attorney. You've handled a lot of police brutality cases. So bringing that perspective of how police should do things, we're talking about a case that in 2016 was close to 30 years old, and they're having to approach a man who allegedly has believed he has gotten away with it for this much time. What should the approach be? They brought him in and didn't initially tell him exactly what all they had.
Well, you know, that's a common approach, if you will, that the police use. You know, the law allows the police to lie. The law allows police to use misdirection, as well as, if you will, just common parlance trickery in order to elicit admissions or to interrogate people. So that's not something that's unheard of or uncommon. The issue that I think the police officers have here in this investigation is they're dealing with someone who says and who claims to have sustained a traumatic brain injury. So his affect in terms of the way in which he's going to respond to the questions, the way in which his body language, even looking here at this clip, the way he's looking down at these papers. I mean, frankly, he doesn't strike you as being, you know, the sharpest tool in the tool shed. But he doesn't have to be guilty of this crime. But the question is, did he do this crime? And that's where the evidence is going to come in around this DNA is so important, because he's going to claim, hey, I don't remember anything. You can't even ask me about these things that happened so long ago. I can't really be an asset to my defense.
All good points, Adanté. Thank you so much for all of your insight. We do have to squeeze in that break, and we'll get you back into the courtroom on the